Hey guys, what a beautiful day, a little bit of Melbourne heat. I was reminded the other day of the time, you know how I explained how I was exposed to the same type of corruption the very brave Constable Simon Illingworth was exposed to by the hands of the Victorian law and order system and officers Rock and Ape. And in that, they would their ego-driven nonsense would often outsmart themselves into, in effect, documenting their crime. Well, the sad part is that, there's nobody to police it anyway. But anyhow, that aside, I was reminded the other day of the time I was in a rooming house. In this instance that I was made to stay there. If I wanted to stay out of prison and on the order, I was made to stay at this rooming house, and there was a house cat there, and me being the nice guy that I am, couldn't help but be the guy the cat, fed the cat and was nice to the cat, and the cat adopted me. But in these Neanderthals doing an Epstein on me, one of their tricks was to have, on the other side, on the other rooms, they would have microphones pretending they would genuinely listen in from the next room across, and then also use their speaker right up against the wall to do dumb ones. But they would also that was their way of covering up their illegal misuse of things like mobile phone hacks and the cameras that were genuinely in the room. So what they'd have is a person living next door, but in that what they'd have is a speaker and a microphone right up against the wall. If not, they'd drill a hole in the wall, put it right against the wall, one or the other, but just smart enough so that obviously nobody could get at it. But I was reminded of the time that the cat that was living there sniffed on both occasions, like they would muck about with the speaker disgustingly, making sex noises and whatnot. On both occasions, on both speakers, the cat would be up against the wall right where the speaker was. Leading me to think that Melbourne's finest, Victoria's finest Neanderthals were outsmarted by a 2-bit house cat. That's right, that's right. Alright, the Victoria's finest got outsmarted by a house cat. Well, we were not to know, okay? If you must know, how were we going to know this loony, this twit, this peanut, Caleb, had a bloody house cat? We told them in Caulfield, no pets. And oh yeah, smart ass, don't listen to Officer Rock. That's genuinely what we're dealing with. Genuinely. Welcome to Utopia, Victorians.